Let's look at the word Papal Bull in 1493 and the doctrine of discovery, which is the same thing that actually was signed to claim that the indigenous land is up for grabs and to capture and enslave. Let's now look at the forces that they create to round up any runaway slave and to monetize and control the slaves. Let's look at the name they give them in the beginning. They call them Slave Patrol. Let's look at the modern name now, with a change from Slave Patrol and call Police. That's what I'm getting at, right? I want you to get the message straight. It's called Police. Now, let me go a step further now to the abolishment of slavery. And the word abolish, and you look it up in Google, and it tells you to hand over the land and the resources and set the people free. Now, abolishment means to hand over the land and the resources and set the people free. Now, get that, eh? It says to hand over the land and the resources and set the people free. If it is to hand over the resources, the land, and the people to be free, how the hell is the same slave companies and them still on the land claiming that they are the government and they monetizing and controlling and running shit still? If slavery abolished and the land was to hand over back to the people, what are they still doing here? That is the real shit, eh? You know, this is something that they have asked. If slavery abolished, and the abolishments means to remove yourself off the land and give back everything to the indigenous people, because they don't need you to manage their affairs. They can manage their own affairs. They don't need you to come with a de facto government on the soil and claim that you trying to manage or help them. They don't need you. They've been doing it before you. So you don't need to try no tricks. Slavery abolished. And if slavery abolished, then we have to take it to court. We have to take it to an international court for genocide, treason, and war crime, because you never hand over the land back to the people. Slavery been abolished, and you never take part in freeing up the land and the resources back to the people. Where the fuck is the de facto company St. Vincent still doing on the land? Grenada, Trinidad, Jamaica, etc. Where all is still doing on the land? I want to get a biting the hammer upon the nail right now, eh? Yeah? Hitting it hard for all, yeah? Because I want you to know that this is one of the main objectives right now to use to help remove these de facto agents and the mercenaries, criminal organized committees and agencies that refer to themselves as police, coast guard, etc. They all slave patrol these guys, right? And still monetizing you, because every time a police come and give you some form of ticket, he's tipping into your trust. When you go into the court to handle these transactions, it's basically contracting with you without you knowing it's a contract. And everything that they're bringing against you is called a policy. These are not laws. And in the first place, they never had no lawful authority because they are de facto. So you have to now stand on your square now and start to realize that everything is done under fraud. And if slavery been abolished, why the hell is this company St. Vincent still doing on the land? Time for you to go. You and your mercenary forces. Because we done set up the Dijon government, the Ushatamu nation, and we have the Dijon constitution for the Republic of the Ushatamu. And we ready to manage our affairs long time. We've been managing our affairs before you got here. And so now we want you off the land because slavery abolished, and we're going to take you into court for falsifying information and claim that you acknowledge the abolishment, but still on the land, occupying the land, and enforcing your statutes, code, and ordinance, and claiming that you have more authority over the indigenous people, and that you, as a foreigner, is going to invade the indigenous land, abuse the authority, enslave the indigenous people for their own rights, kidnap the indigenous people, throw them in psychiatric institution when they stand up for their rights, and claiming that you are above the law, but they're not. So you could get away with everything. And that you need a treaty to sign so that you leave indigenous people alone. If they have not ratified any document for you to leave indigenous people alone, you will still always terrorize indigenous people in their own land, because you have the security force and the manpower you will do it, because nobody ain't coming to stop you, even though you're a criminal organization. right? So this is how we have to label and confront and not only exercise the right, but blast them. See, this de facto company, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is a criminal organization. And who take the offices to run the company? Right now, the agents that run the company is carbonated people looking just like me and you. Which means they're called house slaves. That's who they be. So they are descendants of the indigenous people. Is actually a Judas. And you know what Judas mean? A betrayer to your own kind. So that's who they be. So when you see a police and a politicians and a lawyer and all of them, they are betrayer. They are disgrace. They are sellout. And here what they're selling out for now? Fiat currency. Ink and paper where they're trying to refer to as money, which is not a lawful money in circulation. Because it's only gold and silver is real money. And precious metals. So we're going to hit them hard, you know. And time for break it and destroy them. I go end it there and I go jump with a part 2 next time.